I start, there's a lot of things obviously going on in our nation. Today's 9/11, and I'd be remiss if we didn't remember those that lost during that day. I remember it vividly. And then here recently, we had a wonderful professor here lose her life, Julie Chanelli, and then yesterday, obviously, with Charlie Kirk's assassination. Man, he was a friend of mine. Got to know him well at Liberty, and irregardless of your view on everything, he for me, he modeled what he believed in better than anyone I've ever met. And boy, today it just made me, I shared with the kids and even text my daughters this morning, like, do I model for you that faith is the most important thing to me, family, and then this room. And he did that. He modeled what he believed in, and I hope and pray that my daughters, as imperfect as I am, they see that I've modeled, faith and family and protecting them and providing for them. And that's what I want these young men to get from everything that's going on is, man, find out what you really believe in, and then live in a way that models it. So lot of things that we can talk about today, I know, and we will, but I wanted to be sure and get that said.
Questions? I wanted to ask about the white jerseys, was that planned by y'all for a long time?
I didn't even know that until yesterday, so I had nothing to do with that. I'm for whatever's best for, I guess it's a white out, and I guess South Alabama agreed to it, so that I honestly did not know that until yesterday, but that tells you how out of touch I am with some things that I don't have control over. But happy to do that and support our white out for that.
Has a final decision been made on tomorrow whether he'll play Saturday?
It'll be game time. He's gone through all the non-contact stuff, but I would expect how it would go would be, Jeremiah and Omar, and kind of see how things are going. We'll see how he feels in pregame, how the doctors feel about his strength and his shoulder and stuff, and go from there.
I saw Champ out here earlier this week practicing. Is he just what's the timeline looking for him coming back?
He's honestly cleared to go.
Okay.
I don't know that means that's best. He practiced this week, but it's very tentative. You can tell, and I think it'll probably help once he gets his stitches and stuff out. I think he'll feel better, so that'll be he'll be dressed. I'm not sure exactly how many snaps he'll get.
You talked about this a little bit Monday, but turnovers, you've only had one this season. Big improvement over last year, but you've had 6 fumbles, which leads it's last in the country. How do you kind of balance that out with your team?
Yeah, we just keep preaching ball security and working on it. I don't know another thing. We're fortunate to just have one at this point, and hopefully that continues and the ball bounces our way if we do put it on the ground. But hopefully it's not on the ground as much.
Hugh, Auburn's played a lot of in-state schools, lately South Alabama. This is the first time Auburn's played them. Just talk a little bit about playing these in-state schools and kind of what it means for the program.
I think it's good for the state and it's good for football. As a coach, you get a little uptight because I've been on the other side coaching a G5 team where there's Liberty at Virginia Tech or some of those type games, and you get excited for those. And I know in South Alabama's a very quality football team for G5 that can scare the heck out of you, but I still think it's the right thing to do for our state and for the game of football.
Is this the week when you got Oklahoma coming up next week where you have to be extra careful with your team to make sure they focus on South Alabama?
Yeah, I wish I had the recipe to make sure, but all I know to do is prepare the way you do every single week, whether it's a SEC game or not, and we've done that. And then you have to lean on the maturity and leadership of your team. And we're definitely young at certain spots, particularly on defense, but you hope you have enough quality leadership over there like Kieran and Keldrick and even Sylvester and those guys that have played some snaps that they help with that. But it's certainly something that you do think about. But I don't know the recipe to that. I assure you our coaches have have prepared and coached as hard as we have any week to make sure that that doesn't happen.
To the question, I was going to say, to the questions that you have about lengthy field goals, how much does that affect your decisions on fourth downs, going forward, punting different?
It affects it for sure. But Connor's going to get the nod on the first longer one. We'll see first how Alex. He's always, last week it was 20-yard line. I feel good. This week is 25-yard line, I think, after today. But we'll see how he feels, and then after that, Connor will get a shot on anything longer.